Hello again, microcar or bubble car lovers. We have a cartoon variation of the Scootacar. So it's made by a model company called FrontiArt, and they're designed, well, the line is called Rollis. They were designed by a company called gust&gale in Korea. And that'll be shown in the packaging here. This is great shipping packaging though. It just floats in this, between these foam pieces. So suffice to say, the box is not cracked. So Scootacar was a British company. They're part of the locomotive company called Hunslet Engine Company. And they built these things between 1957 to 64. There's a Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. I think this is the Mark 1 just because it's got these like bullet tail lamps. And so that thing had maybe a 197cc engine, go 80 kilometers per hour, and they made 750 of the Mark 1s according to Wikipedia. Alright, so you have this thick display case and you have a hollow bottom here, but that piece has a piece of felt to keep your desk from getting all scratched up. I don't think you're really supposed to take these out of the boxes, but I gotta review it. I'll have to tape this up later. Okay. Wikipedia says this may have been built because one of the directors of the company had a wife and she wanted something easier to park than her Jaguar, which would make sense because a Jag was a big car back in this day. Oh, look at this. So now we do have the bottom. It's the first one I've had removed. I thought it was plastic. It's just cardboard covered in this felt. So it's probably got 2 screws. Yep. So I shall have to tape that up or glue it in place later on. Well, it's just going to fall out, isn't it? I'll deal with it later. Alright. I doubt it came in pink. And it's really more like the lower part of the vehicle you want to look at. So we got this, like, it almost looks like a frog, right? Got this chrome strip for the bumper, which that has. The funky headlights grafted into the body. Look at these two. One person. I don't think they thought about safety back then. This doesn't really capture the wheels so much. It's got a bunch of perimeter venting or something. It does catch the center cap though, the center knockoff. There's like a little lobe, 2 lobes, and this does catch that. So look at the rear. See, you got these 2 bullet tail lamps. So that's what makes me think this is a Mark 1. And I thought it was just interesting to see this. It's got like a yoke or like bicycle handlebars. The thing probably weighed nothing, so I guess it could be done. Not the most ergonomic looking seat, but I guess a bench cushion for the second passenger. I guess it would be the first passenger, only passenger. This carbon fiber thing is part of the molding, so that's nice. It'll never go bad. What's weird is the text is in gray on black, so it's really hard to see unless you hit it at a certain angle like that. And it tells you the character name, the line, the designer, and who made it, but it doesn't tell you it's an actual Scootacar, or even the scale. It's supposed to be 124. Alright, it's definitely a really funny looking face, even without the character in there. It looks like a frog to me. So yeah, you got this protrusion and that metal strip glued in there. Then you got these headlights with they're smooth and they're Fresneling on the back side. The bezel's plastic, I assume. And it looks like there's a light bulb back there. Very neat. The Rollis logo, I think, is a photo etch piece painted red, and then they dropped some clear resin on top, so it looks domed. The steering wheel and hands are the same piece. They painted the steering wheel, and there's a column there as well. And then this lady has a normal human skin tone and orange hair. She has a pig nose. She looks very similar to Angry Birds. I wonder if Angry Birds copied this styling. The reflections get in the way. So she's got some, I don't know, gold eyes or something. Tan eyes. Well, anyhow, so that's nice. This is a molded plastic windscreen, I think, but there's a thin strip of metal going around here, which is really nice, and it's like almost seamless, right? It's so thin. I can feel a lip here, but look, I don't know how they get this how they made this thing, and then have it sit in this crazy compound surface, right? This is really difficult to figure out, I think. how to make this piece of metal go around all that. Very nice. As to why they're just, well, actually these are on the photograph. These red lights. They have chrome plastic bases and this like some sort of clear plastic light. Are those the turn signals? Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Unfortunately, this sun looks lower than that one. They weren't put at the same height. And this pink is not metallic, it's just a normal pink, but look how smooth the clear coat is. That's like almost a perfect square reflection. And down here you got some pretty, a little orange peely, but it's still quite smooth. It feels perfectly smooth. So there's the wheel with that center knockoff thing, hubcap, and then nice old school rounded tires, and also some treads there. Where's the flashlight? Yeah, just some plastic molded base. Okay. And this actually has an axle. I'm pretty sure these probably roll, but I'm not going to take them off the bases. I think they're too nice. I also think there even might be text down there. Okay. So nice that there's a spare wheel. Yeah, nice and rubbery. And the taillights, though, why are these not painted red? That seems like a big oversight. Yeah, that's strange. Even if they just had like a transparent red over them, that would make it look far more realistic. That's weird. Anyways, we have another metal piece, and this also looks like a face. It looks like a kind of like a sad clown with a big nose, right? And a big forehead apparently. So this is sculpted out. I wonder if that's like a vent on the real thing. I already closed the photograph, so I don't know. The Rollis script here is very nice. It's raised, by the way. Some sort of fancy sticker, I think. And then, yeah, just look again. If you look at the reflection up in the top, it's a very smooth paint job. It's really heavy. It almost feels like it's die cast, but I'm quite positive it's resin. I don't think FrontiArt does metal models. So I usually don't bring out others for comparison, but this looks very similar to the ISO Azetta. I don't think they're to scale, right? They're cartoon cars, but yeah, they both have the big bug eye things, the big little bumper thing. The ISO is physically, I think, a bigger model. Yeah, this one's actually a four-wheeler, though. There were some Azettas with three wheels, one wheel in the back, but not this one. See, these taillights are normal. They're like clear orange, or these turn signals. I don't know why they couldn't just mold these in red and put them here. So that's unfortunate. Possibly I might add some transparent red over that later. Okay, well that's enough for comparing. Let's let it go for a full spin here. Yeah, it looks like it has faces front and rear. And yeah, very, very odd. The turn signals. I guess it does make sense to have them high up, though. Alright, I guess that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will get another Rollis review out there later on.